hard court season has officially arrived, and with it comes one of the most exciting storylines in women's tennis. Eala is back. After capturing the attention of tennis fans around the world with her incredible rise over the past year, the young Filipina star now begins another important chapter of her career at the 2026 Mubadala DC Open in Washington, D.C. But this isn't just another tournament. For Eala, this is the first major stop on the road to the US Open, and many believe it could be the tournament that proves she is ready to compete with the very best on hard courts once again. The excitement surrounding her arrival in Washington has been impossible to ignore. Fans have been counting down the days, social media has been buzzing with anticipation, and tennis analysts are eager to see whether Eala can carry her recent momentum into one of the strongest WTA 500 events of the summer. Expectations have never been higher, but neither has her confidence. What makes this year's DC Open even more special is that Eala won't only be competing in singles. She will also be partnering with one of the greatest players in tennis history, Venus Williams, in the doubles competition. That announcement alone became one of the biggest headlines leading into the tournament. For a young player who grew up watching legends like Venus dominate the sport, sharing the same side of the court represents more than just another doubles partnership. It represents respect, opportunity, and another sign that Eala has become one of the sport's fastest-rising stars. But before fans start talking about doubles, all eyes are firmly fixed on her opening singles match. Every tournament begins with one challenge, and sometimes that first match tells the entire story of the week ahead. The opening round often reveals whether a player has adapted to the surface, recovered physically after previous events, and found the confidence needed to build momentum. That is exactly why Eala's first match in Washington carries so much importance. Unlike Grand Slam tournaments, WTA 500 events rarely give players time to slowly settle into competition. Every match demands immediate focus. Every opponent is capable of causing an upset. One slow start can quickly turn into an early exit. Fortunately for Eala, recent months have shown that she has become a completely different competitor. Not long ago, many people viewed her simply as one of the brightest young prospects in tennis. Today, that conversation has changed dramatically. She is no longer just a promising teenager with potential. She is becoming a genuine threat, capable of challenging established stars on some of the biggest stages in the world. What separates today's Eala from the player fans first discovered is not simply her powerful left-handed game. It is her maturity. Every tournament has added another layer to her development. Her movement has become more explosive. Her shot selection has become smarter. Her confidence under pressure continues to grow. Perhaps most importantly, she now looks like a player who genuinely believes she belongs among the world's elite. That mindset changes everything. Tennis has always been as much a mental sport as it is a physical one. The difference between winning and losing often comes down to belief during the biggest moments. Can you stay aggressive while facing break point? Can you continue attacking after losing a difficult set? Can you trust your game when thousands of people are watching? Those are questions Eala has gradually learned to answer throughout her journey. Washington now provides another opportunity to prove that growth. Hard courts have always rewarded players who combine athleticism with intelligent point construction. Rather than relying purely on power, successful players understand when to attack, when to defend, and how to create opportunities from seemingly impossible positions. Those qualities perfectly match Eala's style of tennis. Her speed allows her to retrieve balls that many players cannot reach. Her left-handed forehand naturally creates uncomfortable angles. Her ability to redirect pace makes opponents think twice before attacking recklessly. Most importantly, she continues improving her serve, which has become one of the biggest focuses of her development over the last year. If that serve continues becoming more consistent, it opens the door for an entirely new level of success. That is one reason so many experts believe this North American hard-court swing could become a defining stretch of her season. The timing could not be better. Confidence is everything in professional tennis. Players who arrive feeling positive often carry that momentum from one tournament to another. One impressive performance can quickly become two victories become four. Suddenly, a player is competing for another title. That is why momentum matters so much entering Washington. For Eala, This tournament represents much more than ranking points. It represents preparation. It represents opportunity. It represents another chance to prove she belongs in conversations about the future of women's tennis. Fans understand that. You can already feel the excitement building every time her name appears on tournament coverage or social media. Supporters from the Philippines continue following every update no matter where she plays. Whether she competes in Asia, Europe, Australia, or North America, the energy surrounding her remains remarkable. Washington is expected to be no different. Every season produces players who become fan favorites because of the way they compete. Alex Eala has steadily become one of those players. People admire her fighting spirit. They respect her humility. They appreciate the way she never gives up regardless of the scoreline. Those qualities naturally create loyal supporters. Crowds respond to athletes who compete with passion. Alex Eala has consistently shown exactly that. As tournament week begins, another fascinating storyline continues attracting attention. Her doubles partnership with Venus Williams has generated enormous excitement across the tennis world. Imagine standing beside a player whose achievements inspired generations. Imagine walking onto the court with someone who helped transform women's tennis forever. For many young athletes, moments like that remain dreams. For Alex Eala, that dream has become reality. Even though singles remains the priority, spending time alongside a champion like Venus offers priceless experience. Champions see the game differently. They approach preparation differently. They handle pressure differently. Every practice session becomes another opportunity to learn. Every conversation becomes another lesson. Those experiences cannot be measured through statistics. They shape careers. Many successful players often mention that practicing with legends changed their understanding of professional tennis. Now Eala has the chance to experience exactly that environment during one of the biggest tournaments before the US Open. That partnership also sends another message. People around the tennis world recognize Alex Eala's potential. Veteran stars choose partners carefully. They value professionalism. They value work ethic. They value competitive spirit. Being selected reflects the respect Eala has earned through years of steady improvement. That respect continues growing with every tournament. Of course, none of this guarantees victories. Professional tennis remains incredibly unpredictable. Every player in the draw arrives believing they can win. Every opponent studies strengths and weaknesses. Every match presents completely different challenges. That uncertainty is exactly what makes tennis so exciting. No one truly knows how the tournament will unfold. But one thing feels increasingly clear. Alex Eala enters Washington carrying momentum, confidence, valuable experience, and the belief that she can compete with anyone. Sometimes that combination becomes far more dangerous than rankings alone. Champions are rarely created overnight. They develop through countless difficult matches, painful defeats, hard lessons, long practice sessions, small improvements repeated every single day. Alex Eala's journey has followed exactly that path. Now another opportunity stands directly in front of her. Washington could become another milestone, another statement, another reminder that one of the brightest young stars in tennis continues moving closer toward the sport's biggest stage. And if her opening performance reflects the confidence she has built throughout the season, the rest of the WTA Tour may soon realize that Alex Eala isn't simply preparing for the US Open. She may be preparing to challenge everyone standing in her way. As the opening round approaches, one question continues to echo throughout the tennis world. Is Alex Eala ready to take the next step? It is a question that has followed her throughout her young career, but the difference now is that the answer no longer depends on potential. It depends on performance. The talent has always been there. The determination has never been questioned. Now the focus shifts to whether she can consistently deliver against some of the strongest competition on the WTA Tour. That is exactly why the Mubadala DC Open is such an important tournament. A WTA 500 event attracts elite players, meaning there are very few easy matches. Every opponent brings experience, confidence, and the belief that they can make a deep run. The margin for error becomes incredibly small. One loose service game or one missed opportunity can completely change the direction of a match. For Eala, this environment is exactly what she needs. The best players improve by facing the toughest challenges. They don't simply collect victories against lower-ranked opponents. They grow by testing themselves against athletes who force them to raise their level. Washington provides that opportunity from the very first day. One of the biggest areas to watch will be Eala's return game. Throughout her rise on the professional tour, returning serve has become one of her greatest strengths. Instead of trying to hit spectacular winners on every return, she focuses on neutralizing the point immediately. She consistently puts pressure on opponents by making them play one extra shot, and that simple strategy often creates mistakes. Against powerful servers, that patience becomes incredibly valuable. If she can consistently get returns deep into the court, she immediately puts herself in position to control rallies. Instead of defending from the very beginning, she forces her opponents to think twice about attacking too early. Another key factor will be her movement. Few young players cover the court as efficiently as Eala. Her footwork allows her to recover quickly after wide shots, and her anticipation continues improving with every tournament. Tennis is often described as a game of inches, and those extra steps can make the difference between staying in a rally and losing the point outright. Fans have watched her transform difficult defensive situations into offensive opportunities. That ability frustrates opponents. It forces them to hit one more shot, then another. Eventually, pressure builds, mistakes happen. Those are the moments that completely shift momentum. Momentum has always played a huge role in tennis. Unlike many sports where scoring happens continuously, tennis swings dramatically from one game to the next. A player can appear completely in control before suddenly losing confidence after one difficult service game. Managing those emotional swings separates good players from great ones. Eala has shown remarkable improvement in this area. Earlier in her career, difficult moments sometimes affected her rhythm. Today, she responds differently. She resets. She refocuses. She moves on to the next point. That mental growth may be the biggest reason experts believe she is capable of climbing even higher in the rankings. Physical ability opens doors. Mental toughness wins tournaments. Washington will test both. Another fascinating storyline surrounding Eala is the growing respect she receives from fellow professionals. Success changes perceptions. When players consistently produce strong performances, the locker room notices. Opponents begin preparing differently. Coaches spend more time studying match footage. Analysts identify strengths instead of simply discussing potential. That respect has been earned. Every successful tournament has added another layer to her reputation. Every difficult victory has strengthened the belief that she belongs among the sport's rising stars. Now comes the challenge of proving it again. Consistency has always been the defining characteristic of elite champions. Anyone can play one outstanding match. The greatest players repeat that level week after week. That is the standard Eala continues chasing. The North American hard-court swing presents the perfect opportunity. Conditions remain similar from tournament to tournament. Players gradually build rhythm. Confidence grows. Strong performances create valuable ranking points while preparing athletes for the biggest hard-court event of the season. That event, of course, is the US Open. Everything leading into New York matters. Every match becomes another opportunity to sharpen timing. Every victory builds belief. Every lesson improves preparation. For Eala, Washington represents the first major step in that journey. There is also another element that should never be underestimated: the fans. Few players enjoy the passionate support that follows Eala around the world. Filipino supporters have consistently created unforgettable atmospheres wherever she competes. Whether the tournament is held in Europe, Asia, Australia, or North America, familiar flags and loud cheers often appear in the stands. That connection creates something special. Players frequently talk about feeding off crowd energy. A supportive audience can provide the extra motivation needed during difficult moments. When matches become physically exhausting, hearing fans encourage every point can make an enormous difference. Washington is expected to provide another memorable atmosphere. Many tennis fans are eager to watch Eala compete in person, especially after the attention she has received throughout the past year. For newer fans, this could be their first opportunity to see her live. For longtime supporters, it is another chance to witness her remarkable journey continue. Then there is the incredible doubles partnership with Venus Williams. Even though singles remains the primary focus, sharing the court with one of the greatest champions in tennis history adds another unforgettable chapter to Eala's career. Venus has spent decades competing against the world's best. She understands pressure better than almost anyone. She has played in Grand Slam finals, Olympic competitions, and some of the most memorable matches in tennis history. Learning from someone with that experience is invaluable. Young players often gain confidence simply by observing how legends prepare, how they warm up, how they recover, how they communicate during difficult moments. Those lessons remain long after the tournament ends. It is another reason why this week could become so significant for Eala's development. Success in professional tennis rarely comes from one single breakthrough. It comes from accumulating experiences. One tournament teaches patience, another teaches resilience, another teaches confidence. Eventually, everything comes together. Eala appears to be approaching that stage of her career. Every season, she looks stronger. Every season, she looks more comfortable competing on the biggest stages. Every season, expectations continue rising. With higher expectations also comes greater pressure. But pressure is often a privilege. It means people believe you can achieve something extraordinary. Very few young athletes receive that kind of attention. Eala has earned it. Now she has another opportunity to justify it. Imagine what a strong week in Washington could accomplish. Additional ranking points, more confidence heading toward the US Open, greater experience against elite opponents, even more belief from fans and analysts around the world. Momentum can be incredibly powerful. One successful tournament often leads directly into another. That possibility makes every match in Washington even more important. Regardless of the draw or the opponent, one thing remains certain. Eala will step onto the court carrying the hopes of countless supporters who believe this is only the beginning of an even bigger journey. The road to becoming one of the world's best is never easy. It demands sacrifice, patience, discipline, and the courage to keep believing after every setback. Eala has already demonstrated those qualities throughout her career. Now she enters another important chapter. The hard courts of Washington will provide the next test. Can she handle the pressure? Can she maintain her aggressive style? Can she continue building momentum before the US Open? Those answers will come soon enough. One match at a time, one point at a time, one opportunity at a time. And perhaps that is what makes this tournament so exciting. It is not simply about winning an opening round match. It is about announcing to the rest of the WTA Tour that Eala's rise is far from over. Every great journey includes defining moments. Washington has all the ingredients to become one of them. So as fans around the world prepare to watch Eala begin her DC Open campaign, one thing is certain: this is more than just another stop on the calendar. It is a chance to build confidence, gain momentum, and continue proving that she belongs among the brightest young stars in women's tennis. If she delivers the kind of performance many believe she is capable of, the message to the rest of the tour will be impossible to ignore. Eala isn't just preparing for the US Open. She is preparing to make the entire tennis world pay attention. And if this tournament is any indication, that moment may be closer than ever before. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates on Eala and the biggest stories from the world of tennis. Let us know in the comments, how far do you think Eala can go at the 2026 Mubadala DC Open?